Hey guys, welcome back to Black, White, and the Grace. I'm Kylie, and I really want to just dive into this video. I feel like it's important, and I feel like gardening can be so overcomplicated that it gets overwhelming to an extent where you just want to quit or don't want to get started. I have a little one helping me out, bringing me a shovel, and we're gonna get started on teaching you our really extremely simple basic gardening techniques that really do work. Yep, perfect, bring it on over. You do not need this special shovel, you do not need anything, but I wanted to try this one out this year. We put in a lot of hard work. This is our youngest, come here. This is Vinny. He is my sweetie boy, aren't you?
Yes.
Are you playing in the dirt pile?
Yes.
Okay, so you can say hello to the people.
Hello.
You got wild hair, man. All right, you wanna go play? Or you wanna help me we're gonna get some of that compost over there, that little pile. And we're gonna teach our friends here how to do a no-dig bed, how we do our gardening. Do you want to help me?
Yes.
You don't have to. We're gonna go load up the compost, and then we're gonna come back, and I don't want this to be a super long video. I want this to be straight, concise, and to the point, because really, that's all you need. This is step one of building a bed. There's many parts that can go into the garden, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Let's just start with in-ground gardening, no dig. And so when I say no dig, it means you're not disturbing the soil in any way. You're not getting your shovel and you're not digging up the soil. You will be scooping compost with your shovel, but that's about it. We're not tilling, we don't do that. So first year garden, no till. My grandparents came over. I think they thought I was nuts for for not tilling, because it's especially here in America, that's what we do. We till the ground. At this point in life, I just don't understand why anybody would, because it's so much simpler and so much easier and so much less back-breaking work to do no dig, no till style gardening. And they came over and they sat in that garden and they were like, wait, you didn't till this garden at all? And it's so bountiful and lush and gorgeous and not a tilling at all. So it works, people. I follow Charles Dowding, most of his methods on no-till or no-dig gardening, and he's a great resource. But if you want a quick, simple video, just keep watching. All right, so Vinny and I guess he's just going to work. He knows what to do. He's built beds with me before. He knows how to do it. He's 7. So this is so easy. My 7-year-old could build a no-dig bed and knows how. So if that doesn't, I did not tell him to do this. He wanted to help. I did not tell him to lay out the cardboard. He just knew what to do. Any plastic you see on your cardboard you will want to get off. That will not decompose. He's cracking me up. So I got my compost here. We have our small gorilla cart for this. I'm just going to be showing you, we are not officially building these beds. The compost I have, this is great and free. This is aged horse manure with unsprayed, the horses were fed unsprayed hay right across the street, and it works great. We would use that solely if we just have such a large garden space. This is unrealistic for a normal household garden. We are a market garden and a flower farm. Small one, very small. But so this is a pile left over from last year when our neighbors they bring it over with their tractor. As you can see how Vinny's doing it, there's some plastic we gotta take off, like some labels, but essentially you just lay down the cardboard. And my mistake last year was this place was bare garden. What you're seeing, all these beds, all the fencing and the greenhouse was all brand new last season. So we did a lot of work and we made a lot of mistakes. Our first mistake was not putting down cardboard, and we just put the aged horse manure down, and that fertilized the ground so well, and especially with water, all of the dormant weed seeds grew up, which is why I love the no-dig method. You're preventing weeds, less work. I don't know, I just don't, what more could you ask for? Now, we redid these beds last year. These 2 beds, it's very beneficial, but also it's just beneficial, so I have to look at it that way. We have an underground river that goes down around under our property, and it comes through right here, and we have this grass, and it's like, bless you. We have this grass and it's tubular, and we call it a wire grass. It has this nasty wire root. It's disgusting. It's extremely difficult to get out. So this is if you have prepped your beds before, you will not have to do this a second year unless you have tremendous weed pressure like we do in these 2 beds. And it's actually in a few other beds. But I have a lot of other beds that we're just gonna refresh them with compost this spring. Our compost order gets delivered tomorrow, which it's the biggest compost order I've ever done. And you're getting a shovel? Oh, okay, go get it. But if you have your own compost, use it, use it, use it. Put down the cardboard or something to prevent the weeds. But if you have access to more compost, or I've seen people tarp it. Like if they have a brown or black sharp, you can put that down before a couple weeks before you put your compost, and that will really kill the weed seeds that are down there. So just to recap, cardboard, if you don't have access to cardboard, you can do a tarp, or just do a thicker layer of compost, and hopefully that will combat some of the weed pressure, or just be willing to get out the weeds if you have zero access to cardboard. Recycling centers are great. Typically here in Central Oregon, our recycling centers will not let us take the cardboard. So it's ridiculous. So let's take you down, get you over here, and we'll show you what we got to get done. Okay, she's still. All right. All right, go get the rake. Oh, it's right there. Oh. Right here. Good job. And that is it. So the cardboard needs to overlap, and you will continue it down your bed, and you'll continue with this process. It is you're hauling compost, so there is that amount of labor, but you're going to be hauling compost anyway if you're tilling or not. Compost needs to be in the soils. So this just alleviates a ton of stuff. We are going to be doing it on all 32 of our beds. Well, not all of them. We do have some that don't need it, but a lot of them we do need to redo. I'll show you. Let's go look at a bed that it's its second year that isn't going to need cardboard. This right here is a perfect example. Last year we did cardboard and we didn't have any weed pressure in this. This will just get a nice good layer, a couple inches of compost, 2 or 3 inches. And that's it. It'll be good to plant as soon as the first couple layers of ground here are unthawed, but as soon as you go lower than 4 inches, it's solid as a rock. So some of these beds, like this one right here, I have a tuft of grass growing in the middle. I will probably just put 1 thing of cardboard over top of that. You do not have to, if you have a spot that's more susceptible to weeds than others, just put it in that spot. Don't worry about doing the whole bed. What are you doing, baby?
I don't know what that was.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for helping me. You want to go play now?
Yeah.
Okay, love you. sweet boys. They love the garden. There is the first step of a no-dig garden. Guys, it's easy, it's simple. You can do this, honestly. This is so easy. Start going to your neighbors that have animals. Typically, if they're not gardeners, which I hope they are, they will want to get rid of their compost. Once you start gardening, I was the first one in my family to start it. It oozes out to the rest of your family and friends. I don't know how many friends I have, just because I started and they realized it wasn't that difficult, have started their own. My parents, my sister, aunts and cousins and friends of the family and friends that are far away have all been super curious about how we do it here, and that it's simple. You can do this, guys. I encourage you, start a garden this year. You won't regret it. It is work, but it doesn't feel like work. You know that silly saying that is like, you never have to work a day in your life. If you love what you do, you never have to work a day in your life, or something like that. I thought that was ridiculous because I'm like, work is work is work. It's not. I get it. These last 3 years, I'm like, it's hard manual labor gardening, but it's not. When you realize you can grow things, it's infectious. I can see it going into my children and to my husband. And this year he's going to have his own potato patch. I didn't want to grow potatoes. We had a big failure last year. The year before was quite successful, but he's going to take it over this year. So I'm excited to see how he grows his first crop, which I never would have thought my husband would grow potatoes like ever, or anything ever. But you just never know whose life you're going to change. So let's go over the basics one more time, because if you're like me, I can't focus when I watch a video and take notes. So I'm going to see if I can put them up on the screen. Step 1, lay down cardboard. Step 2, put down a good 4 inches. If you're feeling really generous with the compost, you can do 6 inches. That'll really establish your bed, but 4 inches is perfect. I did that in all mine. Make sure you layer your cardboard. That'll go above laying down compost. Layer your cardboard, get all the plastic and tape off if you can. You can literally plant your seed directly into the thing. Cardboard, compost, seed. Let it grow. So that's all you gotta do, people. It's that easy. Don't overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be. There are other methods when you get more experience that you can try out or experiment. I got crazy hair today. But you don't have to be overwhelmed. Don't be overwhelmed. You got this. I want to be making these videos each week. So if you have any questions about our gardening method and how we do it, put them in the comments below. Make sure you do give this video a thumbs up, comment on it, and subscribe, because it really tells me that you want to see more of this. Like thumbs up, people do thumbs down and it's a little disheartening, but you know what? We're keep trucking. But thumbs up, it tells me that, okay, this simple gardening techniques we really like watching. Keep doing that. Let's get going. It also tells YouTube. It's very helpful to help our channel grow when we have more. If you're watching our videos a lot, just subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. It really doesn't do anything except tell us that you enjoy our content, and it also lets YouTube know that to push our video out further for more audience, for a bigger audience. Next week or later this week maybe, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just feeling the need to get these videos out to you guys, so I will be continuing with the simple gardening for beginners course. I guess it's not really a course, it's just what I do. So and keep in mind, I have interns this year, I have an employee this year, but I didn't have that in all the other years. I did it all by myself. My husband and my children did help truck in a lot of compost last year for me, and my sister, so helpful. But in years prior, it was just me and my kids, or just me. So you can just do what you can with what you can. So let's go back over. Let's take one more look at this bed so you can see what it'll look like eventually. So here it is with the cardboard and the compost. And then I will show you this in depth. Now, especially in our area, is the time to start prepping your beds. We don't have any snow. It comes in the morning sometimes and then is gone. So you can't plant yet in our zone, in our location in Central Oregon, but certainly go out and prep your garden space. You got time. So I just come and say I was planting any seed, just pop a seed, couple seeds in. I do the multi-sow method like Charles Dowding, which is essentially putting like 2 or 3 seeds, like if they're root crops or onions and stuff like that. If it's a broccoli or cabbage or something like that, you could put 2 seeds just in case to ensure germination. You put the seeds in and you cover it up. Like I said, we will go way more in depth when we're sowing all these beds in just a couple weeks. We have 3 more weeks and we'll 3 to 4 more weeks until we're hitting the ground running and just planting. But now is go time and getting this garden prepped and getting your gardens ready to go. If you do it slow and easy, it's great. And let me encourage you, yeah, it's a lot of work, but you know, this method, Charles says after 3 years, your weed pressure should go way down. I have a 3rd year new no-dig garden over there that this will be its 3rd season. And I'm so excited. It's frozen solid or I'd be over there with it right now, but this is not in full sun. Even your 1st year, the weeds come out of the compost so easy that it just, except for the wiregrass, you know what I'm saying? But they come out so easy. So be encouraged, guys. All right, I'll see you in our next video. Bye, guys.